Hello everyone, it's your boy Calculon, and we're back for part 3 of the color counting algorithm level 3 activity in VEXcode VR. Let's get into it. So the good news about level 3 is that level 2 is going to be a good foundation for completing level 3. So using the starting point D, program it to count and keep track of every time it sees a new line. Once the VR robot reaches the end of the playground, use the print console to display the following information: total number of lines, total number of red lines, number of green lines, number of blue lines. Validate your solution by the starting point E to run the project again. So we're not stopping at the second green line. The last time I repeated this until the green count was equal to 1. I don't need that anymore. Okay, so we're just going to repeat this one forever, because we're just literally going to bump into the end of this playground. All right, we just want to count all the things in the row. So see how I changed the green count by 1 here? Well, I'm going to use this variable tool. I'm going to make a few more variables here because I'm also going to count the number of reds and blues, since I need to count the total number of lines, number of red, number of green, number of blue. So let's add a few more variables. Red count. Let's add blue count. And let's add total count. All right, so this thing I did here, change green count by level 1. Well, I want us to move. And then when we detect any of the colors, we're going to stop moving. We're going to do a thing. Okay, we're going to look at what color that is. If it is green, we're going to print, hey, that's green. We don't actually need that anymore. We'll get out of here, print. Just going to count. So I'm going to up my green count by 1. Okay, then I'm going to see, is it red? If it's not green, maybe it's red. If it's red, I'm going to change my red count by 1. If it's not red or green, then it's probably blue. In fact, I don't even need to check this one. If it was one of those 3 things and it's not green or red, then it's blue. So we're going to change our blue count by 1. But I want to do one more thing, since I also need to know the total. I also want to change each time I count any color, my total count by 1. Okay, so what this is going to do, we're going to move, well, first I'm going to clear my rows in case I got to fix this. This will just clear all the text I had from last time and any time I flub this up. All right, I'm going to, so long as there's not any color below me, move forward. And then I'm going to stop. Okay, when I stop, I'm going to look down and say, hey, is that green? If it's green, I'm going to up my green count and up my total count. Then I'm going to ask, is it blue? Then I'm going to ask, is it red? If it's red, up my red count, my total count. If it's blue, up my blue count, my total count. Then I'm going to drive forward 100 millimeters just to make sure I am off that color and I don't just keep counting that incessantly. I need to display this. How about that? So let's print some stuff. So at the very end of this, let's print total number of lines. Let's print our total number of lines. Let's set the cursor to the next row. Let's do that, get that a few times because we're going to do this. Do that stuff. All right, I need many lines of information. I need 6 lines of information, okay? Total number of lines, guess what I'm going to print there? I'm going to print the variable total count. You'll notice this is also an ovular block. Then, not total number of lines, next thing I need is total number of red lines. Then I'm going to print, guess what? Red. Then I'm going to print the total number of green lines. And I'm going to print green count. Okay, I need another iteration of this. Okay. Then the number of blue lines. And the blue count. And then at the very end of that, we'll stop. Okay, drivetrain, stop driving. I guess we could stop driving before we print. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how to print. Okay, so let's watch this. Nothing in front of us, move to the next square. We looked at that, we looked at that, we looked at that, we looked at that, and it's counting in my variables as we do these things. So let's get a better picture. Okay, it didn't stop. Robot, robot, hey, hey, stop it. Okay, fail. Let's fix that a little bit. How many objects are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so let's repeat this until we found 8 objects. Okay, does that make sense? Just easy peasy lemon squeezy. So let's do operators. Blank is greater than 50. We want something to be greater than 7 if the total count is greater than 7. So it'll stop when it gets to the last block. Okay, let's try that. Try that again. Count the things as we move, count the things as we move, and we should stop here. Perfect. And then it'll print. Total number of lines, 8. Red, 1, 2, 3. Green, 1, 2, 3. Blue, 1, 2. All right, and we just need to test it over here. It's not, okay, no, never mind. I think I'm not pausing, so I'm not able to see that. Well, let's make sure it works in column E. Total number of lines, 8. Yep, that's correct. Red lines, 1, 2, 3. Green lines, 1, 2, and blue lines, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. We did it. We did it. We did it. Yeah, we did it. Okay, so in case you missed any of that, let me get rid of this and see this really long string of code up here. So get out of here. Never used you. So I had this repeat until the total count was more than 7. That just says once we've hit 8 of these things, we should stop. That way we don't run into the wall and try to climb it forever. That's not necessary, okay? You could have your robot just derp off into the distance once it's done with this, as long as it accomplishes the task. And then as long as we don't see something, we're gonna go forward. But when we do see something, we're gonna stop and we're gonna look at it. We're gonna say, hey, what color is the thing below us? And then we're gonna up the count of the color it is, as well as always the total count. Then we're going to inch forward just a little bit to make sure we're off that space and we don't just continually stop on that space and count it ad nauseum. Okay, and then this at the end just printed us our lovely report. Hopefully this has been helpful and you can now complete tiers 1, 2, and 3 on your own in VEXcode VR. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.